Hello and welcome to the video with me, Winner Andrew. It's another video of Weekly Andrew, in which, yeah, not that much different from last week, I think, considering I don't exactly have much anime to talk about, though I did binge watch another anime this week as well. So, yeah, I'm just going to go straight to talking about anime, I guess, considering, yeah. So, first off is my Isekai Live, which, yeah. I guess that's basically the name of it, which I didn't really actually know at all until I started looking at the darn thing there. So I would actually know what it is and everything. But yeah, this is probably the most boring isekai anime I've actually ever watched. Which I think part of it has to do with the fact that, from what I can tell, the entire beginning of the story was basically just completely skipped and then kind of goes over and fills in some of the details in later episodes. So it skipped everything at the beginning, went straight into the action, just not explaining anything at all, and then tries to fill in those details it skipped in later episodes. Yeah, I think this would probably be better if it's adapted properly, though I'm still not exactly how much better it would be if it was adapted properly, considering the fact that the main character is bland. Literally everything about him is bland. Seriously, just look at his face. That's basically the only face he has at any point in the anime. His face does not change whatsoever. He is eternally bored and miserable, basically. And also, he's completely fucking stupid and has no common sense as well. So, yeah. Even when it comes to like a self-insert character, he is horrible at it. Considering he's just so bland that I don't think you can really self-insert into him. Considering there's nothing there. It's just the only thing he has is the fact that he's just super strong, but absolutely nothing else. No personality, no anything. And the only thing I think I can really say that's actually good about this anime is the fact that the slimes are cute. That's literally it. The slimes are cute. That's all I can really give this thing that's good, I guess. Seriously, I wish things were better. I probably do need to stop just, you know, I probably should actually start dropping more anime considering I basically don't do that at all. Which means I'd probably be dropping this thing by now already. But I guess I'll just continue watching it just because, for now at least. Considering the only things I typically really ever drop are things that I just know I'm not going to like after a while. So I guess this could possibly fall into that category, I guess. But yeah, don't have anything else to actually say about my isekai life. So moving on to the anime I binge watched this week, which is The Hentai Prince and the Stony Cat, or Hineko for short. So, I don't exactly remember why I actually added this to my anime list, but it was surprisingly good. Overall kind of thing going on is the fact that there's basically a cat god that grants wishes and also allows you to give something you don't need and give it to someone else, basically, that needs it. Don't know if those things are kind of exclusive, but yeah. Considering I don't really know if you actually need to sacrifice something for a wish or something. Not exactly sure there. Considering it wasn't very clear in the anime, considering it kind of seems like at times that the characters were kind of just making wishes, not losing anything in return for it. So, yeah. But one thing about this cat's got is the fact that, sure, it does all that, but it also kind of, exaggerates things a bit. Going further than the person intended it to go, and everything. And also, beginning of the anime, of course, kind of starts off with a lot of comedy, which, in all honesty, all that's comedy, I'm pretty sure is better than most comedy anime we get today. Yeah, I'm pretty sure anime used to be better than what it is now. But after the first few episodes, there's tons of comedy, to be honest. There was still story, but the story kind of got more attention after the first few episodes there, and before it's kind of just over became the main thing there. And also, Yuto, the main character and everything, he is a pervert, but he's also a very good person, but still a pervert. So, yeah, the pervert thing kind of some more relevance at the beginning of the anime as well, though, considering that wasn't as relevant later on, considering that's where you can see more of the him being a good person. And overall, when it comes to the story, I honestly really did like it. Quite a bit. And one, I guess, the biggest spoiler and everything here, that's kind of explained a lot of things that's actually going on, was Yuto made a wish when he was younger and everything. That was basically to give his memories to people who needed them, which at that time would have been Tsukushi. And yeah, due to that, he is constantly losing his memories, considering that's just how the cat god works. But I'm pretty sure he could have limited that thing just by adding of Sukasa into it. So the wish would have been him giving up his memories of Sukasa to someone who needs them. Considering she dies like a year later after that wish, then yeah, not that much. It's not losing that many memories, he's only going to be losing the memories of the one person, which is exactly how it should have been, considering all that Tsukushi wanted was memories of Tsukasa, her mother and everything. So, yeah. Bit stupid there, but hey, it's a little kid, I guess. So, yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure throughout this anime, yeah, there are quite a few things there throughout it, I think, that you could easily make a lot of very good gifts out of. Though, I personally would have liked to get more of them, I think, for all these things here. But I only end up doing two of them. And yeah, subtitles on both of them. Because I couldn't find a raw version of the anime, so I could just create a GIF of it without subtitles and everything. But yeah, couldn't do it. Couldn't find raw versions anywhere for some reason. Annoyingly. I guess final thing to say here, overall for the anime itself is Tsukiko and Azusa are cute. Nothing else, to be honest. They're just cute. And personally, I think between the two of them, considering it's very clear one if there's going to be one Pacific winner here, and it's not going to go with some kind of head or route, I personally would side with Azusa, I think. Considering I kind of think I just like her better as a character overall. But yeah, I honestly kind of wish this anime actually had a second season, but I never actually got one. The only other thing it has are 13 30-second special episodes that's aired leading up to when the anime actually aired. So, had one 30-second episode each week leading up all the way to the point where the anime actually aired. And that's all it actually had. So it didn't actually get any OVAs or anything at all, which is kind of a disappointment, considering I honestly do wish that it had a second season, considering I really did like the story and everything. So, hey, Cat God, could you please give us a second season? Eh, worth a try at least. But, yeah, that's basically anime finished off for this week, I guess. So, Devious World. Go over the update for it. Now on to version 75, which decent amount of the stuff added here didn't really get that much, in all honesty. But first off, Holly. Her 4th of July thing there got a continuation, which is literally just a single page, basically, where you're going downstairs instead of exploring the floor that you're on in the house, in which, yeah. Actually, no, it wasn't just a single page, but there was a little bit more afterwards, which basically immediately you go into falling into a trap that Tanya set, and yeah. I'm guessing all the options there are probably going to be bad ends, except for maybe one of them that you can escape from. So, yeah. But none of those things have been written yet, so no idea. So, moving on to the next thing that was added, which is Eric and the Food of Vampire there. Halloween thing at the World's End, if I remember correctly, in which just going kind of just goes straight to the result of some of the choices going on there from this. You end up this Food of Vampire ends up giving you to her little sister as a pet or something. And that's basically it. Not anything else written there. But let's see. Cyan Sapphire thing. This is actually something that one of my kind of favorite things that didn't really have tons of content available for it when it comes to all science story. So this actually, and I was surprised I was added here, to be honest. Which this kind of separates into two things here that are added, considering you got one bit here at the beginning and then another one. But the one for accepting your situation is already is a bit further than the other one, which you have decided to stay together and return to Earth. And you basically have to get through things and settle this new situation where you basically have an identical twin now. And there are a few choices there leading up to the end of this, which has, well, I'll just say it's some fun times with your new identical sister. That thing's very much like you now. Yeah, things that probably wouldn't be happening if you choose something else that's not actually available yet. Which would basically wipe her memories of everything that actually happens and think that everything is absolutely normal and that she's always been your twin. So, yeah. The other option was stay with Celeste, which is, of course, you both end up staying with Celeste and everything there. In which your twin's name ends up being Scarlet instead of Sapphire. And yeah, not a lot actually written there yet, either. But that's also nice to see there. More kind of branching out and everything for this part of Cyan's story, which is very nice to see, considering I honestly want to see where all it goes. So, next thing. Amanda and the Mysterious Islands thing there. Where you don't check your surroundings. Which, as you could possibly kind of expect, yeah. Something approaches you from behind, and yeah. Panther people. There's some that up there. And you will end up becoming one of them if you get pregnant, apparently. Yeah. Don't actually remember all this stuff very well, but from what I could tell while going over this stuff here, you were on a plane, it crashed, you asked this, and you ended up on some deserted island despite the fact that you're flying over the continental US. Yeah, weird, but hey, it happened. And she had to deal with panther people that, yeah, will basically turn you into one of them if you get pregnant or if you're a male just to have sex with them. So, yeah, whatever. Next thing, more science story here, but a new story has been added to the shopping district, and this is basically my favorite out of everything that is actually added in this update, I would say. And yeah, I'm kind of just going to sum up this entire thing considering it's actually quite long with how much content was added. So, first off, you end up buying a succubus plushie from the store, in which you end up giving it quite a lot of affection over 2 years, considering after a decent amount of choices, you end up getting to the point where it just jumps forward 2 years in time, to the point where you're getting ready to move into the dorm so you can go to college. And which Leslie is going to be your roommate in the dorm, and she is one of Science's friends and everything there. But when you get to the dorm and everything, you end up apparently for the very first time kissing Vex, the plushie, on the forehead, which apparently releases her from this plushie form that she is in. And due to all the love that you've given Vex over the 2 years, she's completely in love with you. On top of the fact that you also actually named her correctly, considering that Vex was her actual name. And due to how much she loves you, due to all the love you've given her over the 2 years there, she immediately ends up wanting to be your familiar. And then, after all that, well, it's a succubus. So, you get a lot of fun times there. Though I think there's like two points where you can actually just end it earlier, I guess. Yeah. And after, of course, you get past all of that, there's a little bit more in which you can basically end up going through a process of starting to get Vex as your roommate instead of Leslie and set Leslie up to have her own dorm room all to herself to make up for the fact that you're basically kicking her out. So yeah, that whole thing there is honestly my favorite. And, well, Cyan has a few ships, I guess, that I kind of really like. One of them being Cyan and Leslie. And now I got the Cyan Vex one here that I like quite a bit. And what makes this even better is the fact that Leslie is also here. So, yeah, Cyan, Leslie, and Vex all together. I think that'll be pretty good once some stuff is added that has to deal with all three of them. But yeah, moving on to the next thing that was added with Jamie and Callie, in which she is asking you what is the most important part of a good relationship, in which the only choice that's actually available now is to find roles, in which you end up then choosing to be submissive, considering at that point you only got dominant or submissive options, and then you kind of actually have two choices that are actually available. First one is pet, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's basically going to turn you into an actual animal. But nothing else has actually been written there where you can actually choose what kind of pet you want to be. And then the other choice there is submissive girlfriend, in which, yeah, a bit later on that path there, you end up basically just becoming a sex toy. Yeah. Not my favorite, that's for sure. But moving on to the next one, Cyan and the motorcycle thing, which has gotten basically got the other main branch for its extended, in which I'm kind of just going to try and sum up this whole thing that's going on there. Motorcycle, of course, is basically an alien species that's somewhat basically just a transformer, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a bit obvious there. And this whole alien species basically has two different factions in it. One that basically controls everything and runs everything as it's supposed to be, and then the other faction that just does whatever it wants. And they're going perfectly peaceful until the one that runs everything basically discovers a declining birth rate that would eventually lead to them going extinct in a few centuries. Yeah. And that, of course, started a little war between them, basically. In which, overall, I kind of see this whole situation that it's set up there kind of similarly to, like, the situation the United States is currently in. Just saying. But the best thing about this whole thing is the fact that's the neutral, that the do whatever you want faction, basically, just is very neutral and everything. They don't see things as good and bad like everyone should, considering there is no real good or evil people. even in real life. So yeah, that whole thing for the cyan motorcycle thing that was added here is more or less just set up to get this whole with the story there and get things set up where you can then continue on for the most part. So the next thing is Cyan and her Skyrim modded starts thing there, in which opens and brings in one of the available mods there that you can now choose, which is a Futa mod, in which it's literally basically just a menu where you can select your dick, kind of, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. But, yeah. Not really anything there besides that one menu that you can select that. Yeah. And then the final thing that was added in this update is Jamie and, well, you can choose a sampler box thing here, I guess, but I'm just going to go over all this. I don't exactly remember exactly how you actually get to this point in the story, but popular girls at school basically planning a Halloween party in which you end up offering to help them get what they want for that party by going to Tanya and getting stuff, considering Tanya's completely not doing anything illegal or anything. But yeah, after negotiating with Tanya and stuff, first when it comes to this, which she basically does completely for free, considering the fact that she apparently owes you some kind of favor. I'm not exactly how that actually happened anymore, considering I honestly don't remember it. But yeah, that's the point where you end up choosing the sampler box option there, in which Tanya is impressed by the fact that she actually chose that option, and ends up deciding to drive you to the party herself to deliver all the goods, basically. But the main detail about this whole Halloween party is the fact that it's basically just going to be all girls, if not just mostly girls, considering the fact that it's basically, well, very girly, apparently. So, next to no guys, if none at all. Yeah. But, yeah, that's basically everything that was actually added for Devious Worlds there. So, yeah. I don't actually have anything else to really talk about, I think. Besides the fact that I'll quickly mention the fact that I've literally done a single stream this week at all. So there goes whole doing streams every other week or something. Considering it's now been 2 weeks since I actually did a stream now. Pretty much. Mainly just due to the fact that I kind of just haven't really gotten around to doing it. And the fact that I kind of want to finish Ni no Kuni, which requires a lot of grinding, and I can't really continue grinding. Let the game run in the background when I'm streaming, so the more I do streams, the longer it's actually going to take to finish Ni no Kuni. Yeah. Currency level 76, so yeah. Pretty sure if I get another 20 levels at least, I should be able to finish it. But how long is it going to take me to get those 20 levels? I have no idea. But yeah, I guess that will be the end of this video, considering I literally actually have no idea what else to talk about now. So yeah, there is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.